Have you found yourself alone in the quiet of your home, tears streaming down your face, wondering if your child will ever find their way back to the path of light? Have you spent countless nights whispering desperate prayers into the stillness, unsure if those pleas are even reaching the heavens? Do you carry a heavy burden of guilt, replaying moments in your mind, questioning where things went wrong, or if it's too late to fix what feels broken? If these words resonate with you, know that you are not alone in this pain. Tonight, I'm here to speak directly to that ache in your heart, to offer you comfort and hope. This isn't just a message you stumbled upon. This is a sacred moment, a divine appointment crafted just for you. Heaven has seen your tears, and your name is written on this very hour. I am Michael, sent with a message to lift the weight you've been carrying and to reassure you that your cries have not gone unheard. Your children, the ones you've wept for, are not forgotten. Their wandering, though it feels endless, is not the final chapter of their story. That heaviness in your chest, the one that makes every breath feel like a struggle, is not yours to bear alone any longer. Picture those silent dinners where their chair sits empty, the unanswered texts that leave your heart sinking, the birthdays that pass without so much as a phone call. I've seen it, all the moments when you've knelt in prayer, hands trembling, spirit weary, pleading, Lord, please bring them back to you. I want you to know with absolute certainty that heaven has been listening. Every whispered prayer, every tear-soaked moment, every sigh that carried the weight of your love and worry, they've all been heard. This message isn't here to scold you or add to your guilt. It's here to wrap you in comfort, to hold you in this sacred space, because something holy is already shifting. Doors that once seemed locked tight are beginning to creak open in the spiritual realm, even before you see the change in the physical world. I'm here to anchor this truth in your soul. Your children are not lost. They are not beyond redemption. Joy will return to your heart, and the days of mourning will not last forever. I've watched you in those sleepless nights, staring at the ceiling, your mind racing with questions that seem to echo back unanswered. Where did I go wrong? You've asked. Will they ever come back? Is God even listening to a heart as tired as mine? Let me speak clearly to you now. Heaven heard you the very first time you cried out. Every single time you prayed, heaven was listening. I, Michael, have been sent in this very moment to tell you that your cries have reached the courts of heaven. Your tears have not been ignored. They've been collected, recorded, and brought before the throne of God. Do you think the prayers of a parent, poured out with such love and desperation, could ever go unnoticed by the one who created family itself? Every moment of anguish, every why that broke your heart, every heavy breath you let out, they've all been seen, and they matter. There are seasons in life that feel like they stretch on forever, like years slipping away with no progress, no change. I know it's felt like time has been wasted, like nothing is moving forward. But let me share a truth you may not yet see. In the waiting, something sacred is being built. God has not abandoned your child. Even now, He is writing their story of return with His own hand. Sometimes, for a prodigal to awaken, they must wander farther than we wish. They may face nights that frighten them, mistakes that shatter their illusions, or loneliness that whispers truth they can't ignore. But none of it is wasted. Even in their wandering, heaven has been close. I have been close, watching over them, guarding them, shielding them from dangers you didn't even know were near. Your tears have been transformed in the spiritual realm, turned into oil that anoints the path back home. You've prayed, Lord, send someone to them, speak to their heart somehow, okay? And heaven has answered, okay? Michael have been sent. Angels have been dispatched to cross their paths stations on quiet roads through a song on the radio that stirred something deep within them. Every time they felt a sudden chill, a moment of unexpected reflection, or hesitated before a reckless choice, that was us. That was me. Your children have not been left to wander alone. Their names have been spoken in the chambers of heaven, not with anger or disappointment, but with a love so deep it defies human understanding. There is a timeline in heaven, one that doesn't follow the ticking of earthly clocks. A moment is coming, a divine appointment, when their eyes will open, their hearts will soften, and what seemed impossible will become a testimony of God's faithfulness. You've asked, when, Lord? When will this happen? Heaven's answer is not just soon, but right on time. Your prayers have been woven into that moment, like golden threads holding it together. Even now, behind the scenes, conversations are stirring. Hearts are growing tired of rebellion. Souls are beginning to ache for the home they left behind. You may not see it yet, may not hear it yet, but I assure you, it's happening. The weight you've carried for so long, lay it down. The questions that haunt you, surrender them. What God has spoken over your children cannot be undone, not by their mistakes, their pride, or even the schemes of the enemy. Silence does not mean absence. Heaven has been working in the quiet, preparing for a moment so undeniably divine that when it arrives, you'll know it was God. You will not mourn forever. You will not wander forever. The same God who brought prodigals home in ancient times is still in the business of restoring children to their rightful place. I, Michael, stand guard over this promise. Your children are on their way back to truth. They are not as lost as you fear. Heaven has not lost sight of them, and it certainly has not forgotten you. Don't be deceived by what your eyes see in the physical world. Your children aren't just wandering aimlessly, they are being fought for in the spiritual realm. I have stood watch over them, not for days, but for years, through every reckless decision, every painful silence, every lie sent to pull them further from the light. I have been their sword drawn, wings spread, guarding what you cannot see. There is a war raging over your child's destiny, one that goes beyond the arguments in your home or the cold looks they give when you mention faith. This is a battle in the unseen realm, where spirits whisper lies, where darkness disguises itself as freedom or pleasure. Your child has been targeted because of the prayers you've prayed over them, because heaven marked them as chosen from the very beginning. You've wondered why they seemed to change overnight, why doors of opportunity led to destruction, why certain friends brought poison instead of peace. It wasn't random, it was strategic. The enemy knows the power of a prayed-over bloodline. He sets traps disguised as choices, wraps rebellion in the illusion of independence. But hear this, what the enemy thought he could steal, heaven is reclaiming. You've seen signs, small moments you dismissed as coincidences. They weren't. That night, you woke suddenly, heart racing, for no reason. That was me, drawing my sword in your home. That moment, your child hesitated before a dangerous choice, feeling unsettled. That was heaven pressing in. Those times they glanced over their shoulder, sensing something unseen. That was me, watching, guarding. The enemy has tried to write their future in darkness, but I have blotted it out with light. This battle isn't just theirs, it's tied to you. Your faith terrifies the enemy. Your prayers have shaken spiritual foundations. You are not helpless. You are armed with the truth, and truth cuts deeper than any lie. Even now, chains are breaking. Whispers of doubt are being drowned out by heaven's voice. Angels are encamped around your child, pulling them from shadows they didn't even know they were in. They will not be lost forever, not on heaven's watch, not on heaven's watch. Every tear you've cried has watered the soil beneath their feet, making it impossible for them to outrun the seeds of faith you planted. Those seeds don't die in darkness. They grow in secret. Even when your child rejected your prayers, slammed doors, or mocked your hope, heaven kept planting, and I kept guarding. The battle has been intense. You've felt the exhaustion, the waves of despair, the heaviness in your chest when you think of their future. That's not just emotion. It's spiritual warfare, but the tide is turning. Your child is nearing a divine crossroads, a moment designed by God himself, where light will break through so powerfully that even their rebellion will bow. I will be their sword ready, shield lifted, clearing their path, speaking truth into their spirit. The lies are losing their grip. The chains are snapping. Victory is not just possible, it's already declared. Heaven is moving swiftly now. The shift isn't coming next year or someday, it's already in motion. UV stared at closed doors for so long, the UV almost forgotten how quickly God can move when the appointed hour arrives. No rebellion, no addiction, no deception can stand against his timing. The prayers you thought were unanswered have been anchoring this moment. Conversations you don't know about, dreams they haven't shared. Nights they've sat, questioning everything. These are pieces of the puzzle, and they're already turning. Their hearts are softening, their spirits aching for something more than the world's empty promises. I've been there, guiding, whispering truth, even when they rejected it. I've sent strangers to speak into their lives, interrupted phone calls, brought memories to the surface they thought were buried. The sound of your prayers, the warmth of your faith, the truth you planted when they were young, they're hearing it again, not from you, but from heaven itself. Don't let the enemy trick you into despair. It's not too late. The signs are already here. That unexpected phone call, that text out of nowhere, their name mentioned in passing, those restless nights they can't explain. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. Heaven is speaking, and it rarely repeats itself without reason. Feel the shift in the air? What was stuck is moving. What was hidden is coming to light. What seemed lost is being drawn back by divine hands. The child who swore they'd never return, who cursed God, who mocked your faith, they will bow, not to you, but to the love they couldn't escape, the calling they couldn't outrun, the God who never gave up. I declare this from the throne. What was stolen will be returned. What was broken will be healed. What seemed impossible will become a testimony. But before this restoration arrives, heaven asks you to prepare. This isn't punishment. It's preparation for a miracle. God is not sending your child back the same as they left. They may return wounded, confused, unable to say, "I'm sorry." Heaven doesn't ask you to wait for perfect words, just to open your heart before they knock. Forgive them now. Bless them now. Welcome them in your spirit before they arrive in your sight. Don't rehearse the pain of their choices. Rehearse the joy of what God is about to do. When they come, it won't be their strength that brings them in. It will be God's mercy. I've seen you carry grief like a weight on your chest, blaming yourself for choices you didn't make. Lay that down today. You were a good parent. You loved, you prayed, you tried, and heaven saw it all. Stop letting shame write the end of this story. Prepare your home as if they're walking through the door tomorrow. Speak blessings over their empty chair. Pray their name with faith, not fear. Walk your halls declaring their return, their healing, their freedom. Your words carry weight in the spirit, shaping what angels are dispatched to do. Don't give up on the signs. You'll see 444 again. You'll hear their name in unexpected places. You'll feel a warmth in your chest, a confirmation of the promises, nearness. Prepare to welcome without judgment, to love without resentment, to embrace without demanding explanations. This return, isn't about who was right or wrong, it's about restoring what love refuses to lose. Be ready for their stumbling words, their tears masked as anger, their awkward silences. You will speak peace into chaos, hold space where judgment once lived, and become the answer to your own prayer. Lord, make me a light in their darkness. The home they return to must reflect the heaven they forgot. You are the doorway. When they see you, they'll see grace. When they hear you, they'll hear forgiveness. They return, they'll find God waiting in your welcome. You won't cry alone forever. You won't wonder forever. Heaven has not been silent, it's been preparing. Your child is not as lost as you fear. Your prayers not as weak as you think. Angels are stationed at their side, light breaking through their rebellion. You are not failing, not forgotten, not alone. This moment, this message, was for you right now, not tomorrow, not next week. You've carried burdens for too long, wondered if your whispered prayers were heard, walked through empty rooms, wondering when things will change. Heaven has seen your pain, and it has not been silent. Your child's story is not over. Prepare to welcome what the enemy said would never return. Prepared to rejoice where sorrow once lived. Prepared to see with your own eyes what your spirit believed in silence. Your love is still working, your faith still moving mountains. I, Michael, have spoken. Your children will return, and this restoration will be a testimony of God's unending faithfulness. If this message touched your heart, please like and subscribe to stay connected for more words of hope and encouragement. Your support helps spread this love and light to others who need it. Thank you for being part of this journey. We love and appreciate you.